Hi guys, and welcome back to another Champions League prediction video. Last time out, one score correct, Spurs drawing with Sporting CP, 1-1. Interesting point for them, and that group still hasn't had anybody qualify yet going into the last round. So that has the most sort of things to happen. That's the only group that has that left. Before we get into the predictions, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more Champions League content. Let's get into my predictions. And starting with Group A, Rangers take on Ajax, and Liverpool up against Napoli. Now Liverpool and Napoli have already qualified. Last time that fixture ended 4-1 to Napoli. Brilliant victory for them, and they've won every game in the group so far. Can they make it 6 out of 6? Well, it's going to be a tough ask at Anfield. Van Dijk has just lost his first game at Anfield, however, in the league for Liverpool, so maybe he's going to lose the next one in the Champions League as well. I've got a feeling that Napoli are just going to come out, give it everything. They've already qualified, so have Liverpool, so maybe Liverpool will rest a few players. They've got a lot of injury issues at the moment, and I think Napoli are going to snatch it. Napoli to win 2-1. And then Rangers up against Ajax. Last time Ajax won 4-0. I don't see it being such a big margin, but I think Rangers will lose again, meaning they will have lost all 6 fixtures. Ajax to win 2-1. Group B next. Leverkusen take on already qualified Club Brugge, and Porto, who have already qualified, face Atletico Madrid. Strange that Atletico Madrid aren't going to get through this group. Porto at home, I think, won't lose against Atletico. Atletico are a team that I tend to link with goals. Not too many scored or conceded. So I think that one will end 1-1. And then Leverkusen at home against Club Brugge. I think that'll end a draw as well. Both games 1-1. Bayern up against Inter, and Victoria Plzen up against Barcelona in Group C. Now Barcelona and Victoria Plzen are out. I think Barcelona will win this last game. Victoria Plzen have lost every game so far. Barcelona to win 2-0. And then Bayern up against Inter. Both qualified. I think Bayern will make it 6 out of 6. Bayern to win 3-1. Group D next, where Marseille take on Spurs and Sporting CP take on Frankfurt. Nobody's qualified from this group going into the last set of fixtures, so it could be a very exciting matchup for once, because this group probably is the weakest group in the whole competition, to be honest. I can't see anybody winning the Champions League from this group or going that far, to be fair. Can Antonio Conte break the curse of never qualifying through the Champions League group stages? I think so. They need a point away against Marseille. I think they'll get it done 1-1. And then Sporting CP against Frankfurt. Now both these sides have provided some interesting results. Daichi Kamada for Frankfurt seems to be in very hot form. Every time I look at them, he seems to score. And I was going to tilt it towards a Frankfurt win, but I'm just too undecided on this one as well. So 1-1. Group E next, where AC Milan take on Red Bull Salzburg, and Chelsea up against Dinamo Zagreb. Now Chelsea have already qualified through this group. I think they'll beat Zagreb at home, so Chelsea to win 1-0. And AC Milan need a point. Can they get a point against Red Bull Salzburg? I think they can get all 3. AC Milan to win 2-1. Group F next, where Real Madrid take on Celtic, and Shakhtar Donetsk are up against Red Bull Leipzig. We'll start with Real Madrid, already qualified, Celtic have picked up 2 points so far, both against Shakhtar Donetsk. I think Real Madrid will win this comfortably, 3-0. And then the big one, Shakhtar Donetsk against Leipzig. Now I don't know if Shakhtar can qualify. They're 3 points behind Leipzig. I know some of the Champions League rules are a bit weird, but Shakhtar did beat Leipzig the other time round, and they've got better goal difference than them. So that would suggest that Shakhtar can qualify with a win, which makes this game very, very interesting. Shakhtar needing to win, Leipzig just need a point. But Shakhtar are the home side. Now, I would love to see Shakhtar get through, to be honest, because they've always been handed a very tough group with Real Madrid in it pretty much every year. They've always tended to finish third, I think, and drop down to the Europa League. It'll be interesting if they can get through, to the knockout stages, and I think they could. This game could go either way. Leipzig have picked up their form recently though. They did beat Real Madrid last time out, which has massively helped them in this push for a qualification. So I think that Leipzig will manage to hold on to a point in an exciting 2-2. Group G next, where Copenhagen take on Borussia Dortmund and Man City take on Sevilla. Man City and Dortmund are through. I think Dortmund will win away at Copenhagen quite comfortably, 2-0. I'd love Bellingham to score because that would mean Bellingham has scored in every group stage game that Dortmund have scored in. The last game he couldn't score in because it ended 0-0, sadly, but it was a brilliant point against Man City. I think Dortmund will win it 2-0. Man City against Sevilla. Sevilla haven't been great at all. Man City, I think, will go back to winning ways. They obviously drew their last one 0-0 with Copenhagen after having a man sent off in that one, and Haaland coming off, I think, just before half time. So I think City will get back to winning ways, 3-0. And finally, Group H, where Juventus take on PSG and Maccabi Haifa take on Benfica. PSG and Benfica are through, the two away sides, and I think both away sides will win in these midweek fixtures. PSG will beat Juventus for me 3-1 to end a terrible, terrible Juventus run in the Champions League this season. And there's something interesting where if Juventus lose and Maccabi Haifa win, I believe that's the sort of connotations around it, then Maccabi Haifa will take the Europa League spot and Juventus won't go to the Europa League either, they'll just be out of Europe. But I think Benfica will win. I don't think they'll do anything dodgy. So Benfica to win 2-0. So those are my predictions for these upcoming Champions League fixtures. The last ones, there's just a few teams and a few spots left for qualification. Who's going to pick them up? Main group, Group D, Spurs, Marseille, Frankfurt, Sporting CP. Which two teams will finish in the top two spots? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more Champions League content.